I'm your IVF baby Jordan. Thanks for joining me to learn about an introduction to the ovary. Today, we will be learning about what the ovary is and where it is located in the body, what is inside the ovary, and finally, what is the functional unit of the ovary, and what even is a functional unit. First, let's orient ourselves to where the ovaries are located. Here you can see the female reproductive system located in the pelvis. The ovaries are paired organs located at the ends of the fallopian tubes. Now, typically when you see diagrams of the reproductive system, they look like this, very flat with the ovaries out to the sides. In reality, this is the orientation of the reproductive tract in the body. So a more accurate diagram looks like this, where we have the front of the body here and the back of the body here. What is the function of the ovaries? The first major function is hormone production. Hormones are important for the initiation of puberty and for whole body health. The hormones produced in the ovary also prepare the uterus for implantation of an embryo and help to maintain pregnancy following implantation. The second major function of the ovary is for fertility. Ultimately, this organ is responsible for producing mature, fertilizable eggs. Keep coming back to your IVF baby to learn in depth about all these functions. Now, let's take a deeper look inside of the ovary. Imagine we cut the ovary down the middle like this so that we can see a cross section. The ovary has two main compartments. The first is called the cortex, which is the outer 1 millimeter of the ovary. And the second is the medulla, which is the inner region. You can think of the ovary like an orange, where the orange peel represents the cortex, and the inner part where the fruit is represents the medulla. This is important because the two different regions of the ovary contain different things, and they differ in physical properties. Let's go back to our orange. Much like the orange peel, the ovarian cortex is much stiffer and more dense than the inner portion. The medulla, which is softer and more flexible. Of course, as with most things in biology, the physical properties of an organ or the anatomy are related to its function or its physiology. And we will learn more about how these differences affect what's going on inside the ovary in the next lesson. So now that we know about the cortex and the medulla, what's going on in there? Well, the medulla contains blood vessels, lymphatic vessels, nerve fibers, and immune cells. And of course, the cortex and the medulla both contain follicles. The cortex houses smaller, more immature follicles, whereas in the medulla you can find larger growing follicles. And follicles are the functional unit of the ovary. What this means is that they are responsible for those two major functions of the ovary, producing hormones and fertility. Next time, we will talk all about follicles. I hope to see you there. Lots of love from me, your IVF baby.